Good morning, here's your Chambana Weather Morning Minute for Wednesday, March 18th. We've got a rainy day ahead. It's dry out there this morning. We'll have rain showers moving in by about 9 or 10 this morning. Those will last into the mid-afternoon. It is possible we could see some last-minute clearing as we head into the late evening hours, but a soaking downpour expected for much of the day. Probably going to be dry for much of the overnight, but a chance for rain showers as we get toward tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow, Thursday, looking like a bumpy day. Couple chances for thunderstorms across the area first tomorrow morning, and then a second potentially severe round of storms during the evening and the overnight hours on Thursday. The reason for that and the reason for the rain today, we've got a big broad warm sector across the midsection of the country right now. Plenty of warm and humid air being drawn northward from the Gulf of Mexico. So check out the satellite picture here on Wednesday morning. Plenty of cloud cover associated with this, the first wave moving through. We can look at that with the radar picture here. This is what's going to be moving into the area for much of the day today. Again, moving in mid-morning, lasting for much of the day, tapering off late in the day. Maybe a last-minute clearing here for a little bit of sunlight during the very last parts, the last minutes of the evening here. Let's look at the high-resolution NAM model. We'll take a look at the precipitation here. Again, watching first our Wednesday rain moving through. This is wave number 1. Moving in again right around 9 or 10 this morning, continuing for much of the day, tapering off by about mid to late afternoon, 3, 4, 5 p.m. Maybe the rain comes to an end. Again, maybe that last-minute clearing. Dry for much of the overnight, maybe a chance of a rain shower as we get toward the early morning hours, but the better chance for the second round to move in is going to be mid-morning tomorrow. Again, around 10, 11, 12 o'clock tomorrow as the warm front begins to lift through the area. You can see the expansive area of rain showers along that tomorrow morning. The main area of low pressure is still well off to the west. Again, we could hear definitely some rumbles of thunder. I think it's unlikely we'll hear thunder today, but tomorrow morning a chance for thunderstorms. It's even possible some of the strongest storms tomorrow morning could produce some hail across central Illinois, so not impossible to see maybe a couple severe storms in central Illinois tomorrow morning. Again, the primary threat being hail with those storms. The more concerning round arrives in the evening, and this is not a slam dunk. This is just some things that I'm noticing here. You know, when we talk about the potential for severe weather, we need the atmosphere to destabilize. We need a period of, drier weather, clearing skies. That would allow the atmosphere to really destabilize. We need the sun to come out and kind of warm up the environment, get that warm, volatile atmosphere in place. And that's exactly what the models are trying to do at this point. They are taking the warm front, lifting it through the area during the evening, and then back to our west, we've got the cold front. South of that warm front, all sorts of warm and humid air. We allow the environment to destabilize, and that's what concerns me about the potential for some severe storms erupting across Iowa, Missouri, and Illinois during the late evening and the overnight hours. We'll take a look at that here with the high-resolution NAM model as we head into sunset. We're at 6, 7 p.m. now, 8 p.m., and we're seeing all these storms popping up across the region. And again, what concerns me is this. We'll look first at the upper-level jet stream winds. So the jet stream's at 500 millibars, about 35,000 feet above our heads. This is the first little ripple that's moving through central Illinois, bringing the rain showers today. As we head through the overnight hours, we'll be quiet as some weaker flow moves over the area. But you're seeing off to the southwest. This is the big one. This is the final wave in this little series of storm systems, and it comes screaming in late tomorrow into tomorrow evening. You see these extremely strong jet stream winds, over 100 knots of flow at about 35,000 feet just above our head. And again, you put that over the top of an unstable environment, you got a recipe for some bad news. And that is exactly what the models are trying to do. Again, no instability today. That's what keeps things rather calm. There's rain showers expected across the area. The warm front lifts through tomorrow. Thunderstorms, maybe a couple producing hail in the morning. But as we head into the late evening and the overnight hours, the warm front clears the area. Again, here is that warm front. And south of it, across central Illinois, Chambana located right there. A big, broad area of plenty of instability underneath that extremely strong flow in the upper levels. And so you can combine that. There's a few different indices that you can use, kind of taking a snapshot. Again, you can't just hang your hat on these, but it's a way to kind of combine the instability and the wind shear across the area. And again, circling Chambana, check out what happens tomorrow evening as we take this beyond 6 p.m. into 7 p.m. Extremely volatile environment across portions of Iowa, Missouri, and Illinois. Again, we can't take this exactly for fact. The hot spots may shift around a little bit, but again, plenty of instability, plenty of wind shear in place late in the day tomorrow into tomorrow night. That again being Thursday evening and Thursday night for severe storms and potentially a few tornadoes across the Midwest. Again, and that includes central Illinois. So again, I'm not forecasting a tornado here in Champaign-Urbana or Champaign County at 45 hours into the future, but I'm telling you that right now, every model that I look at is modeling and forecasting an environment that is rather conducive for severe weather as we head into Thursday evening and Thursday night, and it is absolutely worth paying attention to. We'll take one more look here. Circling Champaign-Urbana, circling Champaign County again, watching the rain showers quietly move through the day today. Quiet overnight, rain showers perhaps early tomorrow morning, a round of thunderstorms mid-morning tomorrow into the lunch hour, quieting down for much of the afternoon and the evening. And again, if we do that signals trouble. If we see clearing skies tomorrow afternoon, especially if we see some sunshine tomorrow afternoon and evening, be alert. Because again, here is the current solution just from the overnight run of the high-resolution NAM model, erupting those thunderstorms. And again, we see something like this with an environment like I just showed you in place. We definitely are talking about the potential for our first round of severe weather here in central Illinois. So early heads up. Of course, it's, what else do we need to deal with right now with all the other chaos going on in the world? So I guess I'll just give you this early heads up. Tomorrow could be a bumpy night. Let's look at the 5-day outlook. This is not the correct 5-day outlook. Let's just pretend this didn't happen. We're going to just focus on the threat for the next 24 to 48 hours, pushing through and understanding that as we head into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we'll be quiet, a bit on the chilly side, and rather blustery. High temperatures back down into the 30s and 40s, with winds continuing to be blustery, especially Friday and Saturday. Have a great day. We'll talk to you again tomorrow morning, and I'll have that 5-day outlook for you a little bit later this morning as well.